Okay, there is another rules of simplifying radicals is that you cannot, the radicand can contains no fractions, okay? The radicand is the number inside, okay? So what you have here is, let's see, number 5. What you have here is you have 144 over 9, okay? You have the radicals, the radicals inside it is the fractions, okay? You try to make it into an actual one whole number, okay? So what you're gonna do is, before we do something about it, here's another rules of division, is what we call a division properties of square root. What it does is that if you have a fraction like that, okay, you are allowed to split it up, okay, and then you can take a square root, okay. A lot of times you can simplify first. Okay, you can always simplify what's inside the radical first, okay, and then split it up, or you can split it up first, okay. Either way is fine. So it depends on the problems given to you. Okay, in this case, I cannot simplify it first because 144 divided by 9 will give me a decimal points, and I don't want that. So I want to split it up. Okay, 144 I know is a perfect square, and 9 is a perfect square. Okay, I can simplify as 12 over 3. Okay, and then once I have 12 over 3, I say, hey, it is simplified, but then I can look at the radical wise to simplify, but I know the 12 and the 3 is the divisible by 3, so that's give me a 1, that's give me a 4. So I should have 4 over 1 or just 4. Okay, let's take another scenarios. I have square root of 36a over 4a to the third. Okay, I said, oh, if I can split it up, I can do that. Okay, but let me simplify this ahead of time before I split it up. Okay, let's see if I can make it smaller. Okay, there's no right or wrong way because I see 36 and 4. They can give me a 9, right? 9, and then I get rid of the fraction already. And there's one more right here. Division of exponents tells you if it is the same base and it is the divisions, I can subtract the exponent. Okay, I can subtract it. So I should have a 1 minus 3, does give me a negative 2. Okay, and I said, hey, I cannot have a negative exponent. It's just not simplified. Okay, I can make it as 9 over 8 squared. Okay, and now I can split it up. I can make it as square root of 9 over square root of a squared, and it should give me a 3. A square is a perfect square because it's the evens. I'll take 2 divided by 2, that's 1. That should give me, okay, 8 to the third. Okay, one more. Let's see. I have 20 square root of 25y to the third over z square. Okay, the numerator and denominator has nothing in common, so I want to split it up. I'm going to have 25 y to the third over square root of square. Okay, square root of 25 is 5, but y to the third should give me, it's not a perfect square, so before I do anything, I want to make it 25 y squared. Remember, I always want to pair the perfect square together, okay? So that should give me a z on the bottom, and then I should have 25, that's give me a 5. Y squared is a perfect square, so 2 divided by 2, that's y. Y to the first is not a perfect square, but I cannot find another one number to pair it up, so I leave it inside the radical. Okay, let me box this, make it better, stands out a little bit. Okay, let's say you have this problem right here. Okay, I said, well, 2 and 3, they're not perfect square, but they're primes. But according to the simplification, simplified radicals, radical 3 is in the denominator is not simplified. So there's a term that we call rationalize the denominator. Okay, what it does is that you multiply the radical denominator by denominators. What you do in the bottom is what you do in the left at the top. You should have, this should give me a 9. Okay, the top one should give me a 6. Okay, it says square root of 6 is not a perfect square, but there's inside it, I cannot do anything about it, so I'm going to leave as square root of 6. And then square root of 9 give me a 3. Okay, remember the 6 inside the radical, the 3, one's outside the radical, one's inside. You cannot simplify, so therefore this is the final simplified answer. Okay, let's take this problem. I have square root of 5 times a square root of 18m. Okay, so hey, I can make the 18 to be simplified, but then I will have a radical on the bottom. So what I want to do is multiply the top by 18m, multiply the bottom on 18m. So I should have the top ones to be 90m. Okay, when in the future, if you have the two numbers multiply itself, the final answer should give me 18m. Okay, same thing up here. Okay, if you notice that is the 3. Okay, so I should have 18m on the bottom. I said, wow, 90 is not a perfect square, but let's say I can factor it out. 90 is the same thing as 9 and 10. Okay, then I should have 9 is a perfect square, 10 is not a perfect square, m is not a perfect square, so I should have 10m. Okay, let me try to split that up. I should have square root of 9 times 10m. Okay, that should give me 3 radical 10m. Okay, let me simplify further. That this is a divisible by 3, that's a 1, that is a 6. So I should have radical 10m over 6m. Okay, let's try working on your homework.